Hello and welcome to this week's YouTube tutorial with me, Bailey Tillotson. So what we're going to learn this week is how to paint this really beautiful and simple sky with the option to paint a really pretty tulip field or flower field. It really doesn't have to be tulips at the end. So let's get started. First things first, I'm going to be taping my paper down, and then I have a paper towel, a clean glass of water, and then a medium round tip brush. Okay, so I'm going to put up a little picture of the finished piece somewhere in the screen so that you can have a little bit of a reference to go off of. But the first thing that we're going to do is get our brush wet with clean water, and we're going to kind of go over the entire page, but we're leaving dry areas where we want our clouds to be. So it might be a little bit hard for you to see where I'm doing my clean water. Hopefully there's a little bit of a shimmer in the camera. But really you just, when you're painting, you can kind of see it on the side. Your paper should be, have a little bit of shine to it wherever the water is. And then once you have that, we're ready to drop in our colors. Okay, so now we're ready to drop in our first layer of blue. I'm grabbing just some ultramarine blue and a different blue that I don't know the exact name of, but I'm just adding kind of a more vibrant blue, but then I'm diluting it down quite a bit with water because it's your first layer, and this sky is, the whole thing is very diluted, so you're just going to be adding a lot of water. And as you can see, I'm adding just a tiny bit of red to make our sky have a hint of purple to it. So once you have that color, what you're going to do is just drop it into the wet areas. As you can see, you have a little bit of control depending on how long you've let your paper dry. But I'm still adding quite a bit of water to that area because I don't want it to be very dark. So I'm going along and I'm avoiding those dry areas. But with your water, it's kind of cool. You can kind of just drop it in, and the color won't go into those dry areas. It follows the moisture. So sorry if you can hear my little one. Actually, I'm not sorry because it's super cute noises, but he is here with me in the studio. So there you go. But as you go down towards the horizon line, the color will get lighter. So you're going to be adding more water as you go down to the bottom. All right, so once you have that, you're coming in with your second color, which is going to be, I'm adding just a bit more red, a darker of a blue, and I'm coming in underneath those clouds, just making it to where you have that little bit of contrast. And you could even go on top of some of the clouds, but I like to make the most shaded area underneath. The water does kind of do its own thing, but if you're wanting to have a little bit more control, you can use your brush to kind of smooth those lines out. Now that we've got our blues, I'm gonna grab like a red pretty purpley red color. I should know the names of all the colors, but I don't. So I'm just grabbing kind of a pink and I'm diluting it down a lot with water. As you can see in the reference, I'm adding just a little bit of pink into my clouds. So that's what we're going to do next. First, we're coming in with this gray purple, and we're just going on the shaded parts of the clouds. So like the bottom little bit of it, this top section is actually two separate clouds. So I'm kind of making that distinction with this gray color, and then I'm coming in on the bottom of that bottom cloud. And I'm not doing like a swoop motion. I'm just kind of dabbing in, making some fun textures and doing that to all the clouds. And then once you have that, you can come in with your pink and just drop it into some of those shaded areas. All right, we're about done with the sky. I'm gonna do two more things. The first one, I like to grab a clean brush and just kind of work on those areas that have the strong water lines. So in this top cloud, you can see the bottom of it and the top of it have a very strong contrast from the white to the blue. So I'm coming in and just gently going over it with my brush until it's in a place where I feel like it's blended enough and it's not too distracting. And then once you feel good about that, I'm going to be coming in with just a little bit more blue and adding just some more shaded areas underneath that top cloud on the left side. And then just throughout the sky, if you're wanting a little bit more color, this is when you can do that. And then we're gonna move on and do the flower field. And then lastly, we will put in that really simple rolling hill. All right, so now we have a few different greens that I've mixed together. There's a lighter green, a dark green, and then just a little bit more on the yellow side. And I'm putting that middle shade down first along the bottom, maybe the bottom like 1.5 inches, 2 inches, however big you want your field to be. And if your page is still wet, that's okay. So is mine. It just makes it to where it's a little bit more loose and the water, there's not really that many harsh lines, if at all. So you're going to be doing that, and then you're going to bring in some darker colors towards the front and just popping in some yellows and maybe even a little bit of orange. And then we are going to let this dry. It might take a minute. By a minute, I mean like 15 to 20. So go grab yourself a snack or take a quick power nap. And then we're going to come back and do the flowers. Welcome back. I'm mixing myself a pink. This field is going to have 2 or 3 different colors of pink, oranges, yellows, whatever you want to do. I've chosen to do pink, red, and orange. So all you need to know is you're using the tip of your brush, and you can do like 2 different petals, 1 on top maybe, so 3 up front. Still, as you can see, not a lot of detail. And then as you go back further, they get smaller and smaller. So you're basically just adding in random colors all throughout the bottom, and there's not really any design or pattern or anything. If you wanted to do like rows of them, you could, but I'm just randomly putting them in there. And then once you're done with that, what we're going to do is grab some greens. If you've already mixed some from the colors that we put down from before, you can use those. I would just maybe vibrant them up a little bit more. So grab just a tiny bit more pigment, and then you're coming in and just doing like random stems and some leaves, and then the field is done. It's really simple. I didn't put a lot of detail in. It was just something fun that I wanted to feel more like spring right now. If you have enjoyed this, you guys are going to be so stoked for the landscape watercoloring book. It's in the works at the moment. I have probably 5 or 6 outlines that I've already drawn up, but really it's just landscape outlines that you can paint yourself, or you can follow along with some of the tutorials that I'll be doing on YouTube. So get excited for that, because I think it's going to be awesome. But basically just think of it as the floral watercoloring book, but for landscapes. So if you haven't heard of the floral watercoloring book, look at the link in my description, because it is so fun. Just the perfect way to unwind from your day and to get creative for a minute and just let your mind focus on something else than your busy life. So anyways, enough of my rant. We're going to move on to just doing this little rolling hill. So I'm using this green. If you guys are needing help figuring out how to make the colors you want, like I love these foresty colors that I'm using on this back rolling hill. And I usually will have green and then I'll add a little bit of red or purple into it. I've learned that over the last little bit, the color wheel is so important when you're painting. So if you haven't already, go check out my free color guide. It's just like 2 pages that goes over the relationship of colors and how you can include them into your paintings, and a little bit on composition too. So yeah, this rolling hill, really simple. Your flowers are still going to be wet, so try your best not to touch them with your brush. You're just kind of going over top of them, and then you're making this rolling hill with your brush. I'm not putting any shading or detail into it, just keeping it simple. So yeah, once it's done, you guys, I love this. The sky is so pretty and peaceful and gives me all the spring, summer vibes, which is awesome because it just snowed like 6 inches over the weekend. But anyways, I hope you guys have the best week, and I just again want to say thank you for all your support, for following along, all your comments and likes and everything. I feel it and I'm grateful.